Hello, everybody. I hope you are all safe and practicing social distancing in this unprecedented time that we find ourselves in. And hopefully, sometime in the not too distant future, we can retrieve a sense of normalcy and just get back to the way our lives were before this crisis started, and we can come out relatively unscathed. I would like to start off today with a more of a lighthearted joke. I'm sure many of you have heard it because I think it's pretty popular, but so say you're in a house where the lights go off and you need somebody to come in and fix it. Now, how many therapists would it take to change this light bulb? Well, it depends, because first it really has to want to change. Now, I know that's another bad joke, as I've become so accustomed to over the course of this class, but it kind of introduces the topic and the value perspective that I want to give you today is why I think you should attend therapy at least once in your life. Now, the reasons I think you should attend therapy is because you could change something about yourself that could go from negative to positive, or you could just find something new about yourself, which can lead to a happier daily life and just an improved standard of living for a brighter future. There are many reasons people avoid therapy, whether it be too expensive, which has been more or less debunked because therapists generally give good discounts to people who really need it, or that it's a sign of weakness, which we all know is not true because everyone needs mental help at some points. But I really hope to persuade you as to why you should take on the value of going to therapy at least once. So, the first point I want to make today is that going to therapy is going to help improve your social skills. Now, what therapy is, in its most pure form, is a one-on-one conversation between you and your therapist. What you have to do is just be able to take the information that the therapist is giving you, analyze it, and then relay it back to them. Now, this is a skill that everyone needs to have because people in the future, whether it be your friends or your future employers, are going to make impressions of you based on how well you can do this, how well you can actively listen, analyze information, react, and then adapt to it and relay it in a proper and appropriate way. Now, what therapy does is more of an in-depth type of analysis, and it's going to help you to learn to articulate your feelings, emotions, and thoughts. What people sometimes have a hard time doing is being able to delve into themselves further and really say exactly what they're feeling because they don't want to feel it or they want to run from it or just don't want to accept it. Any of these choices is pretty rational, but what therapy is going to do is be able to help you learn how to feel and then explain how you feel to people. And then one other positive of therapy is that your therapist is going to be a rock. You're always going to have somebody that you can go to and that you fully trust and that they're not going to be able to spill anything behind your back or anything like that. So we don't really have to worry about anything that we're telling them, and they're only there to help you. Which brings me to my second point is that therapists can help you learn to cope with or eliminate any sort of mental struggle that you may have. Especially as college students, we're kind of struck with the sense of anxiety that there's always something we need to be doing or something that we need to take care of for a future purpose. Now, what therapy is doing, it's going to help you learn to live with a sense of peace. And along with this sense of peace is going to come a lightened mood and more positive thinking because we're not going to be so stressed about all the negative influences in our life, or then we're going to be able to cope with them better and then more effectively channel our energy to take down these negative obstacles. And along with this lightened thinking and mood, it's just going to be more fulfilling and more positive experiences. And then along with all of these things comes an improved lifestyle. Whether that be letting go of maladaptive behaviors that we've adopted over time or adopting new behaviors that are more healthy for us, therapy is going to help you improve your lifestyle and just stay on this track of betterment that we're all on as humans. Now, it doesn't have to just be the physical behaviors, but it could just be a mental behavior as well. Now, take something, for example, like a negative event or a personal strained relationship that's happened in the past. Those things all carry weight with us, and they can probably still affect us on the daily. Think of a situation where something terrible has happened to you, you've lost a friend for some reason that you don't talk anymore, or just something traumatic that happened. Now take the weight of that event and just lessen it a little bit. And that's what therapy is going to be able to do. It's going to be able to lessen these things that harm us and affect us on the daily, and just be able to take these things and just make us feel better about them. Now, all the energy that we spend and the energy and time that we spend thinking about these negative things, take it in a more positive fashion. It's just going to help us be so much more happier and just more free. Now, one of my last points comes from some of the book and parts we were to read in the book, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I realized that going to therapy can actually, in one place, help you meet all these needs. Now, some of these needs were social skills, which we already talked about, self esteem, that's a maladaptive behavior if we don't have high self esteem that we can learn to cope with. We can have safety in our therapist that we can always go to and trust. And we can have self actualization, which is just implementing and fulfilling our potential as humans. All of these things can happen in therapy. So that they're going to therapy can meet all these needs, as I said, in one place. And once all these needs are met, we can live happier lives and have more fulfilling experiences. So, in conclusion, hopefully, I've laid out in the best way possible therapy's benefits, whether it be something smaller on the surface, like improving your social skills, or just learning how to cope in a more bigger way with your mental struggles and how to live a happier and lead a healthier life. So, I just want to pose this question to you as I conclude today is that would you rather go on living with some of the things that you're living with now that can affect you and harm you on a mental and physical way, some of these maladaptive behaviors, or would you rather go to therapy and maybe learn something new about yourself and live in this new world, in this better world of just self exploration, understanding, and just a better, healthy lifestyle? And with this, I say thank you and stay safe.